Hi guys, you're standing in front of the mirror. Your finger hovers over that one pimple, and you think, just this once. We've all been there. That almost irresistible urge, the one that feels like if you just press a little, it'll be gone. But here's the thing nobody really tells you. That moment, right there, that tiny decision, it could be the difference between clear skin in a week and a mark that stays with you for years. Today we're going to talk about exactly what happens inside your skin when you pop a pimple, and more importantly, what you can do instead. Stay with me, because the answer might actually surprise you. Problem agitation. If you've ever dealt with acne, or even just the occasional breakout, you already know how frustrating it is. You do everything right. You wash your face. You use the right products. You stay consistent. And then, out of nowhere, a pimple shows up. Usually the day before something important. And the worst part? Even after the pimple is gone, something stays behind. That flat, darkened patch. That little indent. That texture that wasn't there before. You start stacking products, trying to fade it. Months pass. Sometimes it softens, but sometimes it just doesn't fully leave. And if you've ever wondered why, if you've ever thought, I barely touched it, then this video is exactly where you need to be. Clear explanation. Let's talk about what's actually happening under your skin. And I promise, this is simpler than it sounds. A pimple forms when a pore gets clogged, excess oil, dead skin cells, sometimes bacteria. They all get trapped together. Your body sends in white blood cells to fight the infection, and that creates inflammation. That's the redness, that's the swelling, that's the pressure you feel. Now, when you squeeze a pimple from the outside, you're not actually clearing the pore, you're pushing, and that pressure sends bacteria deeper into the skin tissue. Think of it like squeezing a bag of water that has a small opening. If you squeeze too hard, the water doesn't just come out the top, it bursts sideways into the surrounding tissue. That rupture, inside your skin, triggers a deeper inflammatory response. Your body panics. It rushes in collagen to repair the damage. But collagen repair isn't always perfect. Sometimes it overproduces, and you get a raised scar. Sometimes it underproduces, and you get that sunken ice pick indent. And almost always, that burst of inflammation leaves behind dark pigmentation, what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH. All of that from one squeeze. Preparation phase. Now, before we go any further, I want to say something important. If you've been popping pimples, please don't be hard on yourself. It's one of the most human, natural impulses there is. And most of us learn this lesson only after we've already done it. The goal from here isn't perfection, it's just better habits, one step at a time. And if you currently have a breakout that you're resisting the urge to pop, good. That restraint is doing more for your skin than any product could right now. Here's what I want you to do instead. Core techniques/steps. Step 1. Soften, don't squeeze. If you have an active inflamed pimple, apply a warm compress, just a clean, warm, damp cloth held gently against the skin for about a minute. This opens the pore naturally. It reduces that deep pressure. It feels so good, and it does it without tearing anything. Step 2. Let a patch do the work. Hydrocolloid patches, those little translucent stickers, are genuinely magical. They create a sealed, moist environment over the pimple. They draw out fluid slowly, overnight, without force. You wake up, peel it off, and a lot of that white fluid is just gone. No rupture, no bacteria pushed deeper, no scarring. Step 3. Target with benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid, a thin layer of a spot treatment directly on the pimple, not rubbed in aggressively, just gently pressed on, will start breaking down the clog from the outside. This is what working with your skin looks like. Slow, deliberate, satisfying in the best, cleanest way. Step 4. Ice for inflammation. A small ice cube wrapped in a cloth and held over a swollen pimple for 30 seconds reduces redness, shrinks inflammation. It's not glamorous, but it works. Safety and mistoxacking. Let me be real with you about the most common mistakes people make. Mistake 1. Picking at a pimple that isn't ready. If there's no visible whitehead, there's nothing to come out. Squeezing it just causes that deep tissue rupture we talked about. Wait for it to come to the surface naturally. Mistake 2. Using your bare fingers. Fingers carry oils and bacteria that make everything worse. If you absolutely must extract, and I'm not recommending it, use clean tissue over your fingers and apply only the gentlest, even pressure from the sides. Mistake 3. Going back in. One attempt. If it doesn't clear, stop. Repeat pressure is what turns a mild breakout into a lasting scar. Mistake 4. Ignoring aftercare. If you've already popped a pimple, the most important thing now is to immediately apply something anti-inflammatory. A gentle toner with niacinamide or pure aloe vera. Keep it clean. Keep it calm. Post-care/rhetoric. Whether you've been popping pimples for years or you slipped up just once, your skin can heal. And it wants to. The most important thing you can do right now is focus on your skin barrier. That means gentle, non-stripping cleanser. Nothing harsh. A ceramide-rich moisturizer to seal in hydration. Daily SPF. Because UV exposure makes dark spots dramatically worse and it slows healing. Niacinamide is your best friend for fading existing marks. It calms redness, evens pigmentation, and it plays well with almost every other ingredient. And vitamin C, used in the morning? A beautiful brightener that works while you go about your day. Give your skin time. A healing pimple with proper care fades in 2 to 4 weeks. A squeezed, ruptured one? 3 to 6 months. Sometimes longer. The patience is the treatment. SAF. Prevention Physiology. Here's something worth knowing. The urge to pop a pimple is partly psychological. It's actually related to the same impulse reward system as other repetitive behaviors. It feels like control, like you're doing something, so redirect that energy. When you feel the urge, touch your face with the back of your hand instead. Cool, flat, no pressure. Remind yourself, leaving it alone is the action. That restraint is the treatment. Some people keep a hydrocolloid patch nearby, not to wear, just as a visual reminder. Others take a photo of their skin at its best and look at it when the urge hits. Small rituals, big results. Emotional payoff. Imagine waking up 6 weeks from now. Your skin is smooth, calm, even-toned, no new marks. The old ones are fading. That feeling of looking in the mirror and liking what you see, it's not out of reach. It just takes understanding what your skin is actually asking for. Not more force, not more pressure, just patience, gentleness, and the right information. Thank you for watching.